Good afternoon, Facebook. Good afternoon, YouTube. And a special good afternoon. Hello, Nick.
Good afternoon, Stephen. It's very good to be back with you. I've missed you. Happy New Year,
Yes.
belatedly. Happy New Year.
Really? Happy New Year. Of course we are. We're sort of middle February. Happy New Year. Not good to see you. And we're live on YouTube. We've got confirmation of that from the bot. And if I go over to the iPad, I've got a go live button on the iPad. How's your iPad?
Yeah, I'm now live on my phone. Yep.
Okay, so going live on Amazon on my page, on Amazon on Nick's page, and
Hey,
14 seconds to go. That's pretty good
I'll
going.
tell you what, that's very impressive. I'm mightily impressed.
Yeah, the technology keeps improving. Not sure about the presentation, but the technology is getting better and better. Okay, and we are live.
Hey.
Okay, I can see your green screen.
Oh yes,
Matching green screens.
I've been very busy on my green screen. Actually, I've been recording some courses, so hopefully they'll be good.
Oh, right. Okay. Now then, how do we do this? It's been that long. I'm just going to hide that and go like this. And we need to make one more alteration to get back to where we should be, which is here. Okay, and then I'm going to go like this because we normally this way.
That's normal. Yeah, that feels more like at home.
Yeah, we're at home now. So if I go over here, we should be able to say lights, camera, action with Stephen and Nick, and we do have today the Triviaplaza movie quiz.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah. So this is our first show this year.
It is.
Incredibly, and it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
It is. And I have to say, I've had well, you know, but I've had a broken tooth. I've had a massive virus, and like, wow, just wiped out January.
Well, let's hope we have a better February and an awesome March.
Exactly.
If you're watching this, Nick Wood is ready to join your broadcast. Well, you were already here.
Oh.
This is a mystery. There's nothing happened down below. I've just got a signal that says Nick Wood's ready to join your broadcast. I think that's primarily because what's happened is this. Oh, we've got your carousel. Your carousel has arrived. So if I put this on screen, that's your carousel. I'm still waiting for my carousel, but yours is here.
Oh, that's very kind. Oh, very nice. I have to say, very efficient.
Yeah. And I'm posting your links. I'm posting your links are now being posted on the live video with Stephen. So there you are.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Unfortunately, they are not affiliate links. Because okay. Right now, the way this works is that we bring in the movie quiz. So let's bring in the movie quiz on screen, and we're going to put it. How can I do it? If I go like that, that's not it. How about that? And if I go there, okay, right. Okay, we need a topic, Nick. So I'm going to put that full screen, and we've got general award movie quiz categories, general awards, characters, connections, directors, Disney.
I think, can we go with match? I don't think we've ever done matches.
Matches. Okay. Okay, so we need well, shall we start at the beginning?
Why not? Let's go for it.
Actors in alien movies?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Right, now the way that this works, if I come back to here, is what we have is a quiz, 10 questions, multiple choices. We're given 4 options. We've got to decide which one is the right answer. Nick and I will talk about it where we can, but we need your help. And if you comment on Nick's page or on my page, then we'll put your answers up on screen. And they'll be in the recording as well. So we do it alternately. I'm going to ask the first question, then Nick will present a product. Nick will ask a question, and I will present a product. So you're going to see 10 products over the course of the next 80 to 90 minutes. So we're going to put it full screen so you can see it. I'm going to read first and then hand over to Nick. So, do you know the movies in which Earth is visited by aliens that feature these actors and actresses? So, question one. These actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? David Duchovny, Orlando Jones, and Julianne Moore. Film was released in 2001, and it is either Evolution, War of the Worlds, Battlefield Earth, or The X-Files. Do you have an inkling, Nick?
Well, I know David Duchovny did The X-Files, but we're missing the lady from it, aren't we?
We are missing the lady. So
that's not really alien invasion, is it? It's either going to be Evolution or Battlefield Earth, I think. But
right now, this is where we need your help. Nick has suggested Evolution or Battlefield Earth, and we need your help. Which one of those should we choose? Type your answers on Nick's Amazon page or on mine. Nick, what's the first item you're going to show us today?
The first item I'm going to show you is actually the item that's actually I'm looking at right now. You can't see it because it's the Mevo Start. This is, you should know, this is my favorite live streaming camera. It's not just a live stream camera, it is an outside broadcasting studio as well. We can do so much with it. But let me tell you a bit about the camera. But what I'll do, in fact, what I could do is I could actually take it off its stand, and if I switch my camera, then I can show you it. That might be a little bit weird and wacky, but why not? Let's give it a go. And indeed,
Nick, you haven't got any sound. We haven't got any sound from Nick. If I can lip read what Nick's saying, I'll say it.
Have you got sound now?
We have sound now.
All right, okay. It's a very strange thing. It's moving around my mics. We'll come to that. Anyway, this is the Mevo Start. As you can see, one nice little camera. It's got a great little Sony lens. It shoots in 1080 high definition. We're in 720 here today. And I know Stephen will tell you 4K is the way to go. But the lens on this is so good. It actually is so beautifully crisp. It's also got, because we're often outside, we've got a built-in microphone. It's got a 6-hour battery life. And it's just got the multiple stand setting. So we can either put it on a tripod, we can put it on a mic stand, and it's even got a third setting, but I've never found out the stand to put it on. In the carousel, there's also, I've put in mine a clip, a grip stand, and a little cover as well, because you want to move around with it. I say 6-hour battery life. On this side here, we've got the on-off button. We've got the charger, which is a USB to USB-C charger. And if you actually put it in, it also not only jumps a wireless, it stopped being a wireless camera, it is also then a wired webcam, which is pretty handy. But one of the best things about this camera that I love is that when we're out and about, we never know how much bandwidth we're going to get. Either we're going to be pinging a cell tower or pinging a Wi-Fi hotspot. We don't know what sort of bandwidth, don't know the quality, but we're safe here because we've got, in this little section here, we've got a SD card. That one's 128 gigs. That will give me 14 hours of record time on a high definition. So when you're out and about and doing your live stream, no matter what happens, you've got a high definition recording that you can take to the bank. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the other things I love about this is that whilst, I know you're thinking, I think I can live stream out and about with my phone. You can, but with your phone, what you can't do is you can live stream at the same time, simultaneously, to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Vimeo, LinkedIn, and anywhere else, because it's got I forgot what it's called. Because it's got another really cool device that allows us to live stream anywhere we like. We actually live stream to Amazon. We could live stream to our websites. Real-time messaging, RTMP. I knew it'd come back to me. I've been away.
It did. without prompting.
No. So yeah, it's almost as if I've never been away. Yeah, so we can go anywhere we want with this camera. Now, interestingly, if you've seen this in the back end of 2022, we've been using Vimeo in order to make it go all over to have all those locations. But actually now it's got a new app as well, hot off the presses. It was in beta, now it's released. So it's Mevo Go Pro. And again, I think it is the same amount as the Vimeo Producer, basically $15 a month if you buy the annual subscription. That allows us to to go to all the streams. In addition, we can also now use the multi-camera app. We can actually add on to that our cell phones as well, and use our cell phones as cameras, as well as the Mevo Start. Very, very exciting. I'll do a deeper dive into that later on this month. But it is a fantastic camera. It was bought out by Logitech, and as we know, when Logitech buy out a brand, they do something pretty special. And we were wondering what they were going to do to Mevo Start, and what they've done is this upgraded app. Yes, it's paid for, but then you're reducing, you're swapping it out with the Vimeo. So don't worry, it's not going to cost you any more than it currently does. So absolutely fantastic camera. We can go anywhere with it, shoot to our heart's content. This is a single one. You can also go get a packet of 3 or a set of 3 for a great discount. If you've got 3 cameras, then you can play around with your positioning. And the nice thing is when you've got more than one camera, you can play around, and it just keeps people interested. You know, people get very bored with just the same thing. Even me, if I'm just talking for 10, 15 minutes, just looking into the camera, you're going to get a bit bored. This, we can swap angles, we can do all sorts of amazing things. Again, we can still do the really cool stuff, which is we can put overlays, we can bring in presentations, slideshows, logos, so all those amazing things that we do here indoors, we can now do outdoors with this amazing camera. It is without doubt still my favorite live streaming camera, my favorite webcam. Anyway, it is fantastic. Not only to use that, as I was saying to Stephen earlier, I've been recording some courses. This is my go-to camera right now. They're absolutely fantastic. So that is the Mevo Start. You can check it out in the carousel with the extra stands and the cover, and it is absolutely fantastic. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with a Mevo Start unless it's operated by me, of course. Then you can go wrong quite happily. But absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant.
Stephen, that's me done.
Yeah, I'll switch my camera back on, and then we're all on screen. Right, okay. Thank you for watching us on Amazon Live. If you've got any questions about anything that's down in the carousel, please do ask. You'll find the items both in my carousel and Nick's carousel, and hopefully everything is going to work. This is our first day this year that we've actually broadcast together, and it's, well, just get rid of the cobwebs and we'll be good.
Yeah.
Right, so question 1 of our 10 questions in our movie quiz. You can help with the answer. These actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? David Duchovny, Orlando Jones, and Julianne Moore. And the movie was Evolution, War of the Worlds, Battlefield Earth, or The X-Files. Now, we ruled out The X-Files because there's only David Duchovny there. War of the Worlds, we know they cast backwards for that because we've watched it so many times. And so down to Evolution and Battlefield Earth.
Yeah.
So
take your pick. I couldn't even guess.
It's a 50-50, isn't it? Well,
Yeah,
we've no, any votes on your page?
There's nothing, just a JH is saying oi oi.
All right, okay. JH has found us both. That's good. Or is that all right? Okay. So we're going to have to take a flyer and Evolution or Battlefield Earth. If it's one of the other two, then we need your help. Okay, let's go for Battlefield Earth.
Oh,
It was 50-50. All right, question 2, Nick.
what can you do? It's just one of those things. Okay, here's some famous people. So these actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig, Jeremy Northam, Jackson Bond, and Jeffrey Wright in 2007. So was that The Day the Earth Stood Still, Signs, Transformers, or The Invasion? And I'll be honest, I've not heard of 3 of those. Well, no, 2 of those, sorry.
No.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig, Jeremy Northam, Jackson Bond, and Jeffrey Wright. Who knows?
Okay.
Got any idea, Stephen?
None at all. None at all. I can't help. So let's look at the next item that's in my carousel and in Nick's carousel too. And I'm just going to scoot along until we get to the first item, which is the Nexigo Zoom N970p. And you're actually looking at that camera now. I'm actually using it to broadcast live on Amazon Live. And the reason I bought this camera is the quality of the picture. This is the best picture I've seen on a webcam, the clearest picture. And for that reason, I actually bought it. But the other thing is that Nexigo, an American company based just outside Seattle, and we've got 2 Nexigo cameras on the show today. Nick's going to show you one later on, but today we're talking about we talk about the Nexigo N970p. Now, it's a 4K webcam. Now, out of the box, you can take this 4K webcam, go to OBS, set your destination to YouTube, change the resolution to 4K, and you can broadcast on YouTube in 4K using the Nexigo. And the quality is stupendous. I'm broadcasting you at 720, which is what Nick said earlier, which is DVD quality. 1080 is high definition, and 4K is somewhere up there. So it's the best quality we as consumers can get. And you can use it as the box with OBS to YouTube. People can watch you live in 4K. People can watch the replay in 4K. But where it comes into its own, Nick mentioned a moment ago that he was creating content using the Mevo. You can create great content using the Nexigo because you can create 4K videos, which you can then put onto Vimeo or to YouTube or anywhere else you fancy. And it's the best, crispest picture you can get. If you're on screen in any of your videos where you're doing a how-to video or a training video or just any video that you're in, use a 4K camera and the results are astounding. Now, this has dual noise cancelling microphones, and the big thing about it, the most important thing about it is the lens, and it's got a Sony CMOS sensor actually built into it, and that gives it the 4K, which is 3840 by 2160, ultra high definition, so you can broadcast out in 4K. The other thing about it is that it is, well, size-wise, it's about 7 inches wide, 6.87 inches. 6.87 inches. It is a wide camera, but that means it's great as a conference camera. And basically, what you can actually do using the supplied remote control is you can do all sorts of things. The thing is, it's got AI built in. So if you have just you, as I am today, then it looks at me. If you've got 3 people on screen, it will expand its field of view to 3 people. If you've got 5 people on screen, it's got facial recognition and it will show all 5 people on screen at the same time, which is brilliant because you can put this camera on a tripod in the middle of the conference table and then you cracked it. Now, it is Zoom certified and it's great with Zoom, of course, with Microsoft Teams. In fact, most of the systems been using for the last 3 years, it's certified for and eminently usable. It is user-friendly as well. If I go here, just a moment, this is what I want you to see on camera. This is not exactly what I look like. I look like this, okay? And if I get up, I have control of this camera, okay? And I can zoom in and zoom out. I can go to the left, I can go to the right, and that's all because of the just a minute. That went spectacularly well. It's all because of the green screen behind me and the fact that I've got the remote control. And the remote control allows me to have 10 different camera angles. Now, the thing about this is that when you spend hours setting up a webcam, when you get to somebody else's computer, you've got to start all over again. All the settings that you do with the remote control are actually stored in the camera, which means that if you take the if I took this camera to Nick's PC, it would work with remote control. Now, if I
You'd
come
never
back
get
to
it back.
sorry,
You'd never get it back.
no, well, okay, I'll swap you. Right now, if I sit down again, okay, I'm going to zoom in, and hopefully I'll be back as soon as the lens is. So you can zoom in, and now this looks very much like a TV remote control, but it comes with the Nexagon 970p. You put two batteries in, and then just like a TV control, you can get a menu up on screen.
Ooh.
And this menu gives you total control of your camera. And remember, every time you change a setting, it's remembered. So if I go for exposure, this is auto exposure. This is the camera deciding, based on the lighting, how I should look. That's the manual one. Then we've got the SAE, and then we've got bright, which is too bright for me. So let's come back. Automatic. So the exposure is being determined by the camera, and it's putting me at best. Now, color-wise, the color is automatic. My apologies for what's about to happen next, because this is the automatic. This is the best color choice that the camera could make. But if I go like this, then I change. And this is the manual setting. And I could go in and change the RG and the BG and the saturation, and I could get it back so that it looked pretty close to this. Okay, so you can change everything there. And if we come down one further and go to image, you can change the brightness, you can change the contrast, you can change the sharpness, you can flip. So I can go from here to there. I can come back again. Okay. Also, I don't know why, but you can do this. Okay, and you can be upside down. The point about this is you've got finite control. You've got total control of the way that you look on camera through the remote control. You've got software as well. Nexigo are an American company based just outside Seattle. This is towards the top of their range. It's $179 today. And I just love it because it's the best picture I've seen on any webcam. And I've got the Brio, I've got the Oberspot, but the Nexigo is the best picture I've seen. And it's now become the camera I'm using in my live broadcasts on Amazon Live. You can't say fairer than that, really. So I'm going to take myself off full screen, and we will all appear on screen again. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to bring question 2 back up.
Yeah, I have to say, Stephen, that is the best picture. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. I thank you. It is great quality.
It's awesome. Okay, so have we thought about what the answer could be? These actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? We're talking Hollywood royalty. Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig, Jeremy Northam, Jackson Bond, and Jeffrey Wright in a movie in 2007. Was it The Day the Earth Stood Still, Signs, Transformers, or The Invasion? And I haven't got a clue, I'll be honest. I don't think it's Transformers, and I'm pretty certain it wasn't Signs.
Okay, so
and the Day the Earth Stood Still, I just remember the 1950s version of that. I don't think I've seen the up-to-date one.
Well, I've got an inkling that it could be The Day the Earth Stood Still. If you think differently, then type your answer in now. We'll wait 20 seconds or so. I mean, we play the movie quiz for fun. We have to, because we don't always get them right. So just to recap, your choices are The Day the Earth Stood Still, Signs, Transformers, or The Invasion. And my money's on The Day the Earth Stood Still.
I'd go with that, Stephen, absolutely.
And we got that one wrong too.
Oh!
The answer was The Invasion. Okay. We do need help. If you know the answers, do type them in. These actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, and Mary McDonnell, 1996. Was it Coneheads, Species, Independence Day, or Mars Attacks? I'm going between two, vacillating between two there.
Hallelujah.
Good. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I've got it. I've got it. Yes. Okay. If you know the answer, please do help us by typing it on Amazon, on my profile or Nick's profile. Do it in the next 5 minutes while Nick talks about something. Nick, what are you going to talk about?
Well, it's been a while. Hopefully you can still hear me. Because I was having issues. When I plugged it in earlier, I managed to unplug something else. It didn't work very well. So hopefully you can now hear me. And you're hearing me through this. It's the Blue Yeti microphone. It is still my favourite microphone. Absolutely love it. It is what I always say. If it's not won an award, it looks like a microphone.
Nick. Are you supposed to have sound effects on?
No. Hold on.
That was a demonstration. Nick's using the Logitech Geo software, which, well, no,
Am I back to normal now?
back to normal now. I mean, I mentioned earlier, can you watch out for my screen freezing? So, right, I'm going to be quiet now.
Thank you, Stephen. This is why we live stream together. I've kind of spoilt the surprise coming up, but yeah, this is the Blue Yeti microphone. It is absolutely fantastic. It's a USB microphone. It's so easy. You just plug it in, USB cord into the bottom, into the back of your Mac or your PC. It will be recognized no matter what you're using, and it gives you some great audio. So this is a 3 mic condenser, is what it's called. And if we stick to the back here for a moment, that gives us a couple of settings. So we can have it cartoid, which is like one directional, so it picks up myself here, but someone might be sitting across the desk from me. I might want to pick up them as well. So we've got bi-directional as well. We've also got omnidirectional, so it picks up everything. So if we had a crowd, if we had a conference call, we could use it for that. And it's also got stereo, so we can flip it to stereo. We can move from one side of the office to the other, and it will be coming through right and left speakers. So cool. So you've got all that control, so no matter what you're doing. But what we do when we put it in, and I always recommend people, because the gain on the Yeti is very sensitive, is go into your microphone settings and play around with the gain. You can hear it, make sure it all sounds good. Now you can hear it, and maybe I should have done this earlier, because we can pop in. If I try and show you without dropping it. How can I show you? There you go. Yeah, little button or little socket here. That is for your headphone socket, so you can actually plug the Yeti into your set of headphones. Then you can hear what's actually coming through the microphone. So on this side, we've got that, and we can control the volume on this button here. Now, this is the all-important mute button, and it's got a user beware sticker attached to it, because we've all done this. We've paused or muted ourselves and then carried on without unmuting ourselves. So maybe coughed or sneezed, didn't hit the mute again, and so we've been chatting away and no one can hear us. So be very, very careful about that. As you can see, it comes with a lovely desk stand. It's got very nice little padding so that you don't get any vibration, and it just sounds really good. A few years ago, when I was going out and about delivering trainings, and I'd be using this, people would come up and spend more time looking at the microphone than they would paying attention to my training. It is so eye-catching. It is an iconic piece of kit. Now, when you spend a bit of money on a microphone, it really is an investment, because if you buy a quality one, it will last you for years and years and years. And the story I often tell is that I blagged my way into Abbey Road recording studios a couple of years back, and they actually still had, in Studio 2, where the Beatles did do their a lot of their albums and others, they still had the same microphones that they had back in the 60s, and they were still using them. Absolutely incredible. So well worth the money. And as we always say, you know, when you listen to people on their live streams or on their recordings, and you know, you can tell a sound that you like. So if it's a sound you like, just message people, just ask them what they're using, and then you can see and try it for yourself. This was recommended to me by my very first video guru, a lovely guy called Ben Brophy. Still chat to him to this day, and I just asked him. I said, "Oh, what are you using there, Ben, for that?" And he told me, Blue Yeti, said Nick. Seriously, he said, I love them. Now, as you as you discovered earlier, again, because we like products that have been bought by Logitech like to give it a little bit of extra. And as part of the Logitech G Hub software, we now have the amazing ability to play around with our Yetis as well. We've got sound effects. We can control how we can distort our voices, have silly voices, but then we can actually enhance how we sound as well. Absolutely a fantastic microphone. And again, in the carousel, you've got a nice little discount there, just over $100. You would be well advised to go try this. This is a little spit guard on the top of mine. As you can see, when you buy it, it doesn't actually come with it. But again, they're only a couple of dollars. They just pop it on the top there, keeps it nice and clean. But yeah, no, a Blue Yeti microphone, absolutely love it. I mean, you've got the universal mic mount as well, so it doesn't have to be desktop. You can have it on a microphone stand as well. Yeah, so it's a beautiful, beautiful microphone, and you could do a lot worse than having that sounding awesome.
And just to show how popular the Blue Yeti is, then I'm going to bring in, hopefully, the side of a Blue Yeti. So there you are.
Nice.
You can get black and you can get silver. Okay, so over to the quiz. And question 3 of 10 is, which film starred Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, and Mary McDonnell, released in 1996? Was it Coneheads, Species, Independence Day, or Mars Attacks? And we've got 2 wrong so far, so I think it's probably about time we got one right. I'm going to go with Independence Day.
Absolutely, I'm totally with you on that. Actually, yay!
Okay, which brings us on to question 4.
It was only a matter of time, and I've got a sneaky feeling we might get this one right as well. So this movie, these actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, Justin Chatwin, Miranda Otto, and Tim Robbins in 2005. Was the movie Battlefield Earth, War of the Worlds, Transformers, or The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? So that's Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, Justin Chatwin, Miranda Otto, and Tim Robbins. And while we're having a little ponder, Stephen, what is in your carousel?
I'm just, you know, when you can see a duck on a pond swimming, and
Nice.
it's looking so graceful, but underneath it's actually paddling away like mad to make sure it doesn't sink. I'm paddling away like mad at the moment.
Oh, good. Well, I've got a duck story I can tell you. We've got one of our ponds in our local park. I don't know whether it was just this area or all over the UK. In the summer, had this terrible blue fungi, and the poor ducks. We've not seen them since. We used to go and feed the ducks, and then suddenly they've gone.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was walking. We've got a artificial lake in Devizes called the Crammer, and there were swans and ducks and Canadian ducks and pigeons. Everything was there this morning. Right. Okay. So the next item in the carousel, whilst you're pondering question 4, is the Nexigo N9. Well, no, it isn't. No, it isn't, because I've changed it. It's the Obspot 4. Oh, this is our first show back. Can you tell? Okay, we're now talking about the Obspot Tiny 4K camera. Now, there's a comment coming from Nick, and Nick is saying, aha, right, okay. Thank you, Nick. And also, Tony, hello, no. And Tony is saying, how long have you been doing lives with Amazon? The answer to that question is not long enough. We are rusty. I've been doing Amazon Live for the last 18 months. Nick's been doing it for quite a time too. We are quite good at this as a double act. It normally sort of works. We enjoy ourselves, and we show 10 products, and we don't get many questions in the quiz right. But thank you for your help, Tony, and You guys are great. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll admit to being from England. I'm from Wiltshire. Nick is from Hampshire. We live about 70 miles apart. We haven't met yet. We may do. You never know. Anyway, back to the camera. This is the Oswald Tiny 4K. Now, I've got two Oswald cameras. This is the 4K version. Like the Nexigo, you can record in 4K locally, which means you can create the most amazing quality videos with the Oswald. But the Oswald is different to every other camera because the Oswald, even at $269, is an amazing price for a 4K camera that is actually a pan, tilt, and zoom, PTZ, pan, tilt both ways, and zoom. Okay. You can either mount it on your monitor or you can mount it on a tripod. If I go here, I can show you. This is what an Oswald looks like. You've got the lens at the top, and this is cameras are switched off at the moment. And then you've got a 2-axis gimbal, and then you have the camera body. Now, the whole thing is less than 3 inches high. This is why it's called the Oswald Tiny. Okay, it is a tiny webcam, and you can put it on a tripod like the Loom Cube tripod, which is also down the carousel. Talking about the stand for a moment, 3 lockable legs, tube in the center, 12 to 30 inches, and a ball joint on top so you can adjust the angle. I just love the style. But this is the Oswald camera. Now, as you can see, it's on a 2-axis gimbal, which means it can go to the left, it can go to the right, it can go up, it can go down. And it has built into it, if I come back to me, the ability to go to 3 different presets. So me, the desktop, or I can show you this beautiful picture on the wall. That is Avebury Stone Circle. Okay, back to me. So I'm just pressing buttons. I've got the software. I'm just pressing buttons. Now, you may have noticed that the background moved in without me doing anything. This will work because we've practiced. Whilst you've been away, Nick, I've been practicing. So what I can actually do is I can actually stand up. And what's happening is as I move about, the camera is on a 2-axis gimbal. It's got built-in tracking. It's got face recognition. And as I move about, then the camera will keep me in the center of the screen and give me headroom automatically. But it's also a conference camera. And basically, as a conference camera, it's got facial recognition. And you can go from one person to another person around the conference table, central microphones, mounted on a tripod. So I've just shown you this is the ideal conference cam. It is in competition with the Nexigo, and it's 2 different approaches. This one moves, the Nexigo widens its view. But stood up, I can actually demonstrate other things. I'm not going to today, but I could talk about things. Because when you sat down, you can't give full voice to what you want to do because you're restricted, your diaphragm is restricted. When you stood up, you can speak more clearly, more freely, which is why when you go to a live seminar, people are stood up on stage talking because they can be more, they can give more expression and be louder and make a point with their hands. Okay, I'm going to stop that. But this is an amazing 4K camera built in AI. It can actually track you, works while you sat down, works while you stood up, and it's got a fast tracking mode. And as Nick would say, what's not to like? So that's the Oswald 4K camera down in the carousel, $269. And I'm going to take you back to the desktop so you can have a look at the Oswald Tiny camera on the Loom Cube stand, both down in the carousel. And the Oswald is just so much fun for a webcam because I'm live, by the way. This is me. And there it is. It's so small. The Oswald Tiny is tiny. Okay, so let's come back to me. Okay, and take me off full screen now. And we come back, and hopefully, if I bring this in, right? Okay, so
clever.
We've got question 4, Nick.
Clever stuff. Question 4. So, which actors were in this alien invasion movie? Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, Justin Chatwin, Miranda Otto, and Tim Robbins in 2005. Is it Battlefield Earth, War of the Worlds, Transformers, or The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Now, Tony, bless him, said easy. and says it's War of the Worlds. I got a sneaky feeling, Stephen, you might agree with that.
I totally agree with that. So we're going to go for War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. Yes.
Ah, that's
Oh,
good. Now,
how do we do it? Thank you for your help. We need all the help we can get. If you're watching, thank you for comments. Okay, so these actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Casper Van Dien, Denise Richards, Dina Meyer, or Neil Patrick Harris, who became famous later on. Star Trek First Contact, Independence Day, Starship Troopers, or Men in Black? Right, okay, now, whilst we're thinking about that, and you may have your own ideas, and please do type the answers in. Nick, do you have something to show us?
I do indeed. And here it is. This in the carousel, and sitting on my lap now, is what I think is probably the best entry-level webcam on the market today. This is the Nexigo N930E. As you can see, it's nice, compact, it's small, it will sit quite happily. It screws into a tripod. We can unscrew it, and we can unscrew it when I actually get my fingers in gear. So we're going to have it on a tripod, or of course, as all these great webcams are, we can actually sit it on our monitors as well. It's got a nice little opening. We just hang it on the monitor. Fantastic. Now, this is the only webcam I own that can do this. It can rotate 360 degrees. It gets the wire caught up if it's wrapped around my hand, and it can go side by side, and we can push it forwards or backwards, and that allows us to actually set exactly how we want it. Is absolutely brilliant. It's basically just sitting on a little ball. Now, why is that important to me? Because, well, I use it up here in the office in a certain way, and then I use it if I'm doing the cooking show. Then I have it down in the kitchen. I hang it, thanks to this bit, I hang it off the extractor fan right above this stove top. So I got that aerial picture of Pam's cooking. It's really clever. Now, another thing about this is, let me talk about the camera first of all. When we upgrade our cameras, when we want to go webcamming, or even on a Teams meeting or a Zoom call, yep, we can use our built-in cameras on our Macs and our PCs, our laptops, but we want to upgrade a little bit to raise our game. And so this has got a great, again, another 1080 high definition camera. It's got another cracking little lens in it. It does some beautiful, beautiful shots. Now, as well as having a great little 1080 high definition lens, we're also upgrading our audio as well, because if you don't have the Yeti or the lapel mics, this has a built-in microphone as well, as do many webcams, let's be honest. However, this is a noise cancelling microphone. So if you've got noisy kids, neighbours, pets, cats, dogs, as I had a few weeks ago, I had scaffolders outside banging and crashing, a noise cancelling microphone, just what you need. People can hear you, not have to hear all the kerfuffle going around you. Another thing to note on this amazing little webcam is that we have the privacy cover. Now, this is really cool because I didn't actually put it on for months because it comes separate, and so you stick it on. It comes with two of them. Nexigo are very wise. They think, oh, people like Nick, they're going to stick it on and they'll stick it over the lens. Fortunately for me this time, I actually got it right first time. But it's great. Then you just slide the cover across, boom. No one can see. And I know that, you know, we don't want to keep unplugging our webcams every time we stop. So just slide the cover across. No one can see you. I mean, it's no problem whatsoever. But the best thing, and I love this camera for it, is this. It has got a 3-stage built-in ring light, and this was the first I'd seen. This was one of the big reasons I bought this in the first place, because everyone wants lighting and everyone looks better with lighting. If you can see in my office here, I've got the ring light, I've got another light there, I can never remember its name, got a big box light here. We want lighting, we want to look good, we want to look good as we can on camera, and lighting is the real key. So if I've nothing else, At least I could have this ring light and it would light up my face. Now, think about this, guys. If you are on Zoom calls or team meetings, Google Hangouts, then you are going to be you're going to look so much better than everybody else because you're well lit. We've all been there. I've on it so many times. I see Zoom calls and team meetings where the person in front of the camera is poorly lit, you can't hear them, and it's awful. But with this, you're going to look absolutely fantastic. And who knows, when it comes to promotion time, maybe you'll be the one that gets the promotion because you're the one that the bosses can see. Now, it also comes with some software. So all these items, if you've got software that comes with it, download the software and use it. We can control our backlight, our exposure, our hue, balance, white balance, contrast, everything we can control with the software. We can then also save the settings. So I said earlier, I use it for two things, one in the office, one in the kitchen. I've got office settings saved and I've got kitchen settings saved. That saves me about 20 minutes playing around trying to get the settings as I had them the previous time. Light, easy to use. You literally just plug it in, USB again, plug it into the back of your laptop, your PC or your Mac, and you're going to be good to go. It is absolutely a brilliant little camera, and for the price, I mean, it's $60 in the carousel right now. That is the best value for money webcam, and of course we can use it for live streaming as we do on the market today. Absolutely love it. Yeah, it is awesome. The Nexigo N930E, perfection. Well, perfection for that price.
For the price, I mean, the features for the price are just incredible.
Oh, it's amazing, and I love using it. It's really, really good.
Okay, right. So question 5 then. These actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Casper Van Dien, Denise Richards, Dina Meyer, and Neil Patrick Harris before he was famous. Star Trek First Contact, Independence Day, Starship Troopers, or Men in Black? Nick, do you have an inkling?
I've got a feeling it might be Starship Troopers, but Neil Patrick Harris, when did he become famous?
Check him out afterwards. I'm sure everybody else is shouting out the name of the series he appeared in, which I'm trying. I've lost it. I'm going to go with your suggestion of Starship Troopers. Okay, question 6.
Hey, cool. Oh, we're on a roll now. Once we start, there's no stopping us. So these actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Oh, Keanu Reeves, Jennifer Connelly, Jaden Smith, Kathy Bates, and John Cleese in 2008. Was that The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Invasion, Transformers, or Sky Captain: The World of Tomorrow? So Keanu Reeves, Jennifer Connelly, Jaden Smith, Kathy Bates, and John Cleese in 2008. Interesting. I got a sneaky feeling, but I'm not sure.
Right, I'm thinking too. I think I know, but I'm not sure. If you know the answer to that quiz question, then please do help us. Please do type it in. Okay, it's my turn. And this is, well, these are, you see them clearly, Aftershokz headphones, which are down in the carousel today, and they are $143.99, 10% discount. So if you click link in the carousel, you get a 10% discount today. Now, these are my favorite headphones. This is my second pair of Aftershokz. And the thing about Aftershokz headphones, these in particular, is that they go over your ears like that. Now, the thing is, if I turn sideways, you can see that it goes over your ear. It's not going in your ear, which means two things. One, your ears are not going to get irritated by wearing them for a long time because they're not in your ears. And the second thing is they're not going to fall out because they've not been in there in the first place. So as far as the technology is concerned, it is patented by Aftershokz. And the way that it works is simple and straightforward. There are the speakers vibrate, the sound goes through your cheekbones to your inner ear, and you can listen. And it's darn good, is all I'm saying. So listening to rock music, listen to your favorite podcast. Now, what I do, if I go over here and I get my next prop, which you're going to see in a moment, and I go, just let me close everything down, which I'm trying to do, close everything. Okay. What you do with the headphones is you pair them with your mobile phone. So if I go to settings on the mobile phone and I go to connections and I go to Bluetooth, you can see that there's nothing connected. And as soon as I switch these headphones on, welcome to Aftershocks, battery high, and then straight away it's connected. That's it. That's all you need to do is switch the headphones on, connect it to your phone, and you're away. And what I do then is very simple and straightforward. I just go to, because we're on Amazon, I just go to Amazon Music. Yeah, load up Amazon Music in a second or two. And then I go for my favorite playlist, press play. I did press play. Right, okay. Now, you couldn't hear that, hopefully, fingers crossed for copyright reasons, but I was listening to the Monkees and I'm a Believer.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that takes us back, doesn't it? 1967, I think.
Fantastic.
So the thing is that you can pair it easily, and then you can go out and about, and I take my Fitbit with me and I walk 4 or 5 miles a day listening to music from my phone with this headset on. Now, the headset itself has controls. You've got on-offs. Straightforward on and off switch. Next thing is you can skip to the next track and you can increase and decrease volume. In addition to that, with one click, you can take a phone call. If you want to make a phone call, it's got voice dial. And I've tested both these with my partner Angelica, and the sound quality is good, and we could both hear each other. Angelica phoned me, I phoned Angelica, and everything just worked. Now, as far as the weight is concerned, these only weigh 38 grams, which is very light. It's about the weight of a bag of chips, really, or a bag of crisps, as we say in the UK. They are, and Nick and I are in the UK, and it's very fortunate that these headphones are waterproof to IP67. Now, you can wear them for jogging, running, walking, or cycling. Just don't take them swimming. That's the only advice from Aftershocks. Don't swim with them. But other than that, the sound is good. It's easy to set up, and you can listen to your favorite music or your favorite podcast. I just forget I'm wearing these. Now, one of the things about wearing headphones is, well, leakage. Now, basically, that's a technical term, which means can other people hear what you're playing? Now, when I got these headphones, I got so excited. I put the Rolling Stones in. I went into Angelica's office. I asked Angelica, what am I listening to? And she didn't know. In fact, Angelica was 5 foot away. She couldn't hear a thing. You've got to be close to somebody to actually hear the sound. So the leakage on these headphones is very low. They work on Bluetooth. You can be 40 foot away from the mobile device. And I can but recommend them. These are my second pair. Down the carousel, Aftershocks, $143.99. And they are on discount today whilst we're live. Back to the question.
Also, these actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Keanu Reeves, Jennifer Connelly, Jaden Smith, Kathy Bates, and John Cleese in 2008. Was it The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Invasion, Transformers, or Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow? Have you got any inkling, Stephen?
Well, I've never heard of Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, so that cuts that out, unless you have. Dear the Earth Stood Still, well, it certainly had some A-listers in it. The Invasion, I don't know. What's your? I'm going to go with The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, well, I think, see, we've had that already. And yeah, there were some famous people in it.
Well, we've had that. Well, in that case, we'll go.
I think it might have been Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Okay.
No, you're right.
the Day the Earth Stood Still was an option in one of the previous answers. Okay. We only play this for fun. Don't worry about it. Right, question 7. These actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, and Linda Fiorentino in 1997. Was it Mars Attacks, Men in Black, Species, or Independence Day? And whilst we're thinking of the answer to that, Nick, what are you going to talk about?
I am hanging my head in shame. Oh dear, oh dear. Now, I was going to talk to you about a pan, tilt, and zoom camera, but it's up there, so I'll have to go get it for the next question. I thought, oh, maybe I can. No. So let's talk about this. This is the microphone I am now using, and this is the Purple Panda microphone, and it's actually Purple Panda microphone kit. Is a lavalier lapel microphone, omnidirectional, and it works an absolute treat. Now, as we were saying earlier, we've been, both Stephen and I have been creating courses, and one of the big things you need when you create a course is your audio needs to be absolutely perfect. And with these little microphones, you really have got one of the best in business. It's wired. I was thinking when I bought it, I was thinking maybe I'll get a wireless one, but to get the same quality as this in a wireless was going to cost an absolute fortune. So I thought, no, let's stick with this because it's actually got quite a long piece of extension. Well, not even extension. This right here is just the normal cord. So the normal cord is just under 5 foot long. So it's quite long for a little wired lapel mic. But hey, look at this. It also comes with an extension cord, and this is just a squidge under 10 foot long. So basically, you've got about 15 foot of wire, of cable. That plenty, particularly if you're doing it in the office like myself. Pieces to camera, absolutely fantastic. In fact, I've used it also with the Mevo Start, and it works a treat. But one of the big reasons I bought it was because I wanted to record using my lovely old GoPro 4. Back in the day, about 6 years old now, I think. Bless him. Now the Hero 4, notorious for, well, great for 4K videoing, absolutely rubbish for audio. So you need to have something to plug in to get your audio. And again, this Purple Panda kit had just what I was looking for. It had this. It had a little mini USB cord adapter. So basically, if you've never seen this before, prepare to be amazed. We basically open up our GoPro. It's still in its lovely waterproof kit. Done some great videoing underwater with this GoPro. We've been around for so many years. We've been all over the place: Australia, Bahamas, Barbados. But anyway, so here we have it in the side. We've got the kit. Pop that in there. Add in our extension cable or our normal cable, and we just click it in. Now, when you're using this, make sure you can hear a click. That way, you know it's actually attached. And that was it. And I was able to do, and you see it often when I do my own show, I went up to Digley Reservoir up in Yorkshire, windy day, and was able to do some beautiful 4K videoing, and I could talk to the camera, and it was brilliant. And the nice thing is, in the past, I've just been dropping my audio onto my iPhone and then mixing it together. Life is so much easier when it's all on one SD card. You plug it in, I can do the editing. Fantastic. Just saves a ton of hassle. Now, as I said, up at Digley Reservoir, it was very windy. In my excitement, I forgot to put on the most important piece of kit, and it was this, the fluffy windshield. And look, it's so tiny. Look at that.
Yeah.
Fluffy, and actually it does work a treat. So that just basically, you pop it over, take this little element off, pop your fluffy windshield on, and that way you can go out into a howling gale and people will still be able to hear you. It is, I have to say, it is really a really good piece of kit. This Purple Panda, I like the Mevo mics as well, but this one is superb. It's got an extra little crocodile clip, so easy just to detach. It is ideal. I say omnidirectional lavalier lapel microphone, super easy to do, and I've got it we can plug it into, as I said, into the Mevo, plug it into the cell phone, plug it into the GoPro. I've got it plugged in via a USB adapter into the back of the Mac, so you can hear me using it right now. Absolutely fantastic piece of kit. Again, another great price at $33.99. Got just on 4,600 5-star, or just under 5-star reviews. The only complaint that I read, or the one complaint that sticks in my mind that I read when I was looking through it on Amazon, was someone complained the fluffy windshield wasn't purple enough. But if that's all you got to worry about, I wouldn't worry about it too much. So yeah, that's the the Purple Panda Lavalier lapel microphone kit. Well worth it, and it will just knock your audio out of the park.
And if I go here, there it is.
Yeah,
That's the kit.
good.
Everything you need.
Everything.
Okay.
Super.
I mean, the thing is, the mobile phones today do have reasonably good microphones, but there's nothing as good as an external microphone.
No.
To cut out background noise, because we are the dampers. We absorb all the sound around us, so that when we're speaking, the first voice that's heard is ours.
Exactly. But it's good, and that you can that I can use on the cell phone. I do actually have to use a special bit of kit. So this is for the iPhone, but you're going to use it for Android phones as well. You have the same thing, a little 3.5mm jack into a lightning cable, just because they did away with the little 3.5mm jacks in our phones.
They were very quiet about it, but it just disappeared overnight.
Yeah.
So people have been busy making the connectors for it. Right. Okay. Now you're supposed to be helping us with our quiz. And so far we have got 3 out of 6. So let's see if we can go on from there. These actors were in an alien invasion movie. Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, and Linda Fiorentino. Was it Mars Attacks, Men in Black, Species, or Independence Day? Nick, do you have a guess?
Well, my guesses have been so shocking today, but this one I would hope is Men in Black.
See, without further ado, which is over to question 8.
Okay, question 8. These actors played together in which movie about alien invasion? Taylor Kitsch, Alexander Skarsgård, Rihanna, and Liam Neeson in 2012. Were they in District 9, Battleship, Battle Los Angeles, Our Cowboys and Aliens?
Interesting.
Yeah, Taylor Kitsch, Alexander Skarsgård, Rihanna, and Liam Neeson, who has a very peculiar set of skills. Particular set of skills, not peculiar.
Right. If you know the answer, then please do type it either on Nick's Amazon page or my Amazon page. And we're having great fun on our first. This is our first live together of 2023. I'm just trying to find where I'm going to next. Okay. Right now, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is without doubt the best mobile phone I have ever had. And basically today it's on discount. I'm going to tell you that it's $200 off if you click the link in the carousel. $200. It is $999.99. And it is the most fully featured phone that Samsung have ever produced until the 23 came out. So let's have a look at the 22. Okay, now the thing about is Nick put me onto this. When a new model comes out, the price of the old one goes down. So now is a good time to buy because the 23 is on the cusp of being delivered. Pre-orders being taken now, but this is the 22 Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So this is the top of the range. In terms of the phone itself, I'm just going to go here. Here's the phone. First thing, size. This is 6.8 inches deep. It's got a WQHD screen, and it's the brightest one that Samsung ever produced. I can see this phone in bright daylight. However, down in my carousel, you'll also find a case because this phone is 6.8 inches deep, which means if you put this in your pocket, in your jeans pocket, you know about it. You've got to have an alternative way of carrying it, and that's why this holster case is the way to do it. But as far as the phone is concerned, there are 3 models: 128 gig memory, 256, and 512. This is the 512. It has, if I go this way, it can take 8K video. It can take 8K images. The most amazing images come from this camera, and you don't need to be a photographer because the viewfinder will actually help you take the best shot. And I use that every time I go out and actually take photographs with this phone. Now, on my show tomorrow, which is 11 a.m. Eastern, I will show you video taken with the phone and images taken with the phone. It has the S Pen. Now, the S Pen used to be on the Galaxy Note, but it's now here. And basically, if I go here, I'm going to have to concentrate. So forgive me, I'm just concentrating. I'll be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. With the S Pen, you can actually write, and that was done live. So you can actually write on the phone. Now, the beautiful thing about this is, if you're in a no phones meeting and you've got to have your phone off, you can still take notes. You can save those notes, and when you've got out the meeting, you can go back to those notes and work on them. No problem at all. Now, it's an Android phone. It's got all the Android apps. The lenses, okay, 108 megapixel, which is pretty, it's amazing. 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, optical zoom. Front camera is 40, 108, 40. Okay. Now, it does shoot the amazing video. And the reason it does that, whenever you go out and you're taking video with your mobile phone and you're walking, your phone goes up and down because you're walking and you're going up and down. And that means that if you ask somebody to watch the video, they're not going to, because it's like that. This phone, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, has a built-in stabilizer, which means it stops the going up and down. So you can shoot high quality video with it. 8K images, I just blown away by the quality of the camera on this. It is dual SIM. So you can go to, it's unlocked by Samsung. So you can go to your favorite carrier. You can get 2 SIM cards, which means you've got 2 phone numbers, 2 lots of text, and to switch between SIM 1 and SIM 2 is just a click away. This is without doubt the best mobile phone I've owned. I'm looking forward to the Samsung Galaxy S24, but I'm going to stick with the 22 at the moment because this is just blowing me away over the months I've been using it. It is a high quality phone, and I can but recommend it. There are no drawbacks to it at all. It does what it says, and it's my favorite. Okay, let's go back from me, and we're going to go back to the quiz. And question 8.
It's such an impressive phone, I have to say. If I wasn't such an Apple fan, I'd be sorely tempted. So these actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Taylor Kitsch, Alexander Skarsgård, Rihanna, and Liam Neeson in 2012. Was it District 9, Battleship, Battle Los Angeles, or Cowboys and Aliens? And Stephen, do you have any idea at all?
Right, okay. I'm going to say it's possibly not. I don't think it's District 9, because I seem to remember that as being a movie about police, not invasions. I don't know. I might be totally wrong. I'm going to go with Battle Los Angeles, but that's just me.
I'll go with you. I haven't got a clue.
All right. Okay. So we're going to go with Battle Los Angeles then. It was Battleship. I would never have thought that. Brings us on to question 9. Right. Okay. Question 9 is, these actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? And the actors were Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt, and Bill Paxton. And was it Battle Los Angeles, Edge of Tomorrow, Jupiter Ascending, or Ender's Game? Which of those movies did they star in? While we're thinking about that, Nick, it's yours. What have you got?
Well, I've got to admit, I think I must have missed 2014. So now I have recovered the camera. This is the the Tapo smart pan, tilt, and security Wi-Fi camera. Now, we saw the OBSBot Tiny earlier, which is a pan and tilt camera. This is a very much pared down version. However, is a brilliant little camera for the price. Now, you can use this as a security camera either indoors or outdoors. You can either sit it on your desk or somewhere, or actually does come and you can actually have a mount, so you can actually then mount it on a wall, maybe mount it on an outside wall, so you can have your security, your camera, looking at whatever it is you want to look at. Now, the really cool thing about this is that it not only is, again, all my cameras seem to be 1080 high definition, but yeah, this is 1080 high definition. It also can see in the dark. I know there's not a carrot in sight, but you can see in the dark 30 foot. Now, I can't see 30 foot in the dark. I'd struggle, but no, this clicks in and you can go 30 foot in the dark. Absolutely brilliant. I say high definition. What I'm going to do, we can control it with an app on the phone. So what I'll do is let me just put the app on and I can just show you it moving, because it can also have, there we go. So there's our Tapo on our app, and then we just Tapo camera. So now we can actually see what the camera sees. Cool is that? Oh, now that might be on the, let's take that off. Hopefully. If I turn it down, that should work. So I didn't want an echo of noise. Now, as you can see, the camera there is tilted right down. But what we can do is we can tilt it right up. And as I've tilted it right up, here we can have another, I've got so many SD cards at the moment, we can put another SD card, excuse me, into this camera. And that allows us to take recordings. Again, you know, we know 1080 high definition, we can have about 14 hours worth of recording. It is motion detecting as well. So when we went on holiday just before Christmas, I actually set this up, and whilst we were away, we could just, if it detected any motion, it didn't, we weren't robbed, it was all good. But it did allow us just to go from the app, just to have a little check and see what was going on in the house. It was just such a cool thing to play with. But yeah, so you can move it around. It's motion detecting. It'll alert you on your phone. It comes with a free trial, a 30-day free trial of the Tapo. I can't think what it's called. Basically, what it gives you is it then stores all the recordings up on the Tapo cloud. But if you've got the, to be honest, if you've got the SD card in, you're pretty good to go. Now, a lot of people are using these not only for their home security, but it also makes an incredible baby monitor, because you've got the audio backwards and forwards, so you can pick up the sound and you can speak to it. So it's not only hearing your little baby, if baby wakes up, you can actually talk to your baby as well. It might freak the baby out, I'm not sure, but you can certainly maybe sing it a lullaby and get it back to sleep. So that allows you to maybe sit in a different room, feet up, watch TV, do not go out to a different restaurant, so stay indoors. But yeah, you can actually, baby in another room, you can be there, you know, when baby wakes, the motion will set it off and you can see what's happening. All fantastic. And again, you know, I am, as we said before, I'm the king of cheap stuff. And this again, this is no exception to that rule. I'm just going to see what it is in the carousel. Oops, press the right button. Yes. Oh, nice little discount on this, $24.15. And again, when you think about the webcam, this is again 1080 high definition, sees in the dark, motion triggered. I mean, absolutely incredible. And we love the Tapo brand, like the TP decos and like the little lights that change color as well. Yeah. So much fun, but absolutely brilliant.
How do they do it for the price?
I have no idea. It can go through 360 degrees. Absolutely incredible.
Right, okay. All good stuff. All right, so question 9, and we do need some help on this one, I think.
Yes.
These actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt, and Bill Paxton, Battle Los Angeles, Edge of Tomorrow, Jupiter Ascending, or Ender's Game? If you know the answer, please help. If you don't, I'm going to go with Battle Los Angeles again, Nick, because that's going to come up sometime.
Go for it. I've no idea.
Edge of Tomorrow.
I wouldn't
Okay.
have guessed that. If I'd have guessing, I'd have guessed Jupiter Rising. But hey,
Final question then, Nick.
no problem. And oh, hey, I'm new here. Good to see you. Don't know your name, but you're an Amazon customer. Thank you so much. Help us out with this quiz. These actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, and Chris Hemsworth. My goodness, what a cast. Is that District 9, The Avengers, Cowboys and Aliens, or Ender's Game? So Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, and Chris Hemsworth. It's almost like an Avengers movie. But unfortunately, the Avengers aren't there. So it's either District 9, oh no, the Avengers are there. The Avengers,
Okay.
Cowboys and Aliens, and Ender's Game. Incredible.
Okay.
And while we ponder that,
yeah.
Stephen.
Yeah. And hello, Amazon customer, and welcome. Okay, now we didn't toss a coin to talk about the next item, but we may well do next week. It's the Elgato Stream Deck.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you go back 6 weeks, I didn't have an Elgato Stream Deck. Nick didn't have an Elgato Stream Deck. Now we both have one, and we both have the 15 key version, which is here. Okay, and this is the Elgato Stream Deck. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how this works, because it saves you time and it saves you money, and it's as simple as that. If you use a lot of Chrome tabs, if you use a lot of applications, whether you're a broadcaster or not, this can save you time and can save you money, because the keys on here can either be a link to a Chrome tab, a link to an application on your desktop, or they can be hotkeys provided by the program. I'll just give you an example. If I bring Nick back on screen for a moment, okay, if I go to Be Live, I can go like this.
Ooh.
I can go like this. I can go like this.
Oh, that's clever.
And it's all done by using hotkeys. Yeah. So OBS, Be Live, a lot of different systems have hotkeys, and you can incorporate them into your Stream Deck. Now, what happens is, if I basically talk about it, I've set it up so that when I go live on Be Live, I can load my broadcasting studio. I can load Triviaplaza for the quiz. I can load Amazon so I can watch the video. I can load all the software that I use in a live broadcast just by pressing keys. And I'll give you a full demonstration when I'm live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. But this saves you time, saves you money. It's a Stream Deck. Once you've got it, you don't know what you did without it. So a full demonstration tomorrow. And we're going to go back to the question, which was?
All these actors played together in which movie about an alien invasion? Was it? Well, the actors are Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, and Chris Hemsworth in 2012. District 9, The Avengers, Cowboys and Aliens, and Ender's Game are your choices. And I think we might know this one, Stephen. It is not Battlefield Los Angeles.
It's not Battlefield Los Angeles. It's not the Avengers, is it?
It is, yeah.
Well done.
No.
Let's take that off screen pretty quickly. As we've said, we do play the quiz. We do. Nick's got his Stream Deck. We do play the quiz for fun. So I'm going to hide that and hide that. Okay. We have a tradition. which is just to have fun. Nick, it's over to you to close the show.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Stephen, for hosting an amazing show, as always. We are here every Monday with the movie quiz and the Amazon show at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. in the UK. Until Monday, you'll see us on Amazon. Don't worry. Have a great week. Take care.
Bye.